In this tutorial, I want to look at how you would enter student data in a summary assessment. First of all, you'll need to open one that you've created, and I made one in the last tutorial, so I'm going to click on Assessments and List Assessments. If you edited it recently, it should be near the top of the list, and here's the one that I created. So I'll open that, and then just to review what I did in the other tutorial, I added these columns. Now to enter the responses, as you might guess, it's going to be in the responses menu, and I like this one which they labeled as new, but when you go to this, it'll still try to get you to try the latest version. I actually don't prefer the latest one. So when you're entering data for students, the first thing you'll want to do is find the students that you're editing. So you usually will do that by class. Let's say we pick this one, and then click Find Students. Whichever criteria you search for, that'll bring up those students, and then you can enter it by column or by student, and I'll show both. So let's click for column, and then what that does is it lets you choose here the column that you want to enter, and then you could enter that for each student. So for example, if I wanted to go through and put in notes, notice that if I want to fill down either all the boxes or all the blank boxes, I could put a general comment in here such as completed work on time. Then if I click fill down, it will put that in every box on that page. Of course, if you had to edit a couple and change that or add to it, you could do that. Just remember to save any changes before continuing. And just to show you on the group one, you'll remember I put 3 possible choices in there. So now when I click in one of these fields, it gives me those choices. If you don't want to type the same thing many times, if you know there's going to be limited choices available, you can pre-load those when you build the summary assessment. Now to look at it by student, viewing the data this way, you get the student's name here in the drop down and all of their data fields here on the same page. So you could just type in everything for one student if you wanted to do it this way. Now one thing I noticed is you don't want to select another student from here before you've saved it. Always save before you choose anything else from the drop down. If you want to see all of the responses that you've entered, you can click View Responses. That'll take you back to that first page, and the students will be listed with any data that you've entered for them.